It's incorporated into a lot of the simulators, the games. You know, it's we have the workbenches, and then we upgrade from workbenches to a workshop to the vehicle shop. That's a natural progression for those sorts of things. And there's a limit to how far you can go when you're doing it in the parking lot of an apartment complex or on the side of the road. So what's going to happen is you're dealing with a lot of limitations on that. The other thing is that when whether it's the hot rod world, the motorcycle world, anybody who's got project vehicles, project 4x4s, or the survival theme 4x4, if it's your daily commuter, there's always going to be limitations on that. And that's whether you're a rich guy or a poor guy. The rich guy who can afford to pay other people to do all of the work still needs to have something to drive. Okay, he still needs a ride to work, and a lot of that work just takes a few days, especially when somebody's working on upgrading, modifying major components. Then you're dealing with maybe a workshop that has loaner vehicles, and with integrating that workshop into your survival retreat, you even think about extra vehicles, okay? Especially if you're going to employ the full-time people out there a little bit. If you live and work in a city, you're established in a trade, you could say, listen, I'm just going to go work overtime on a weekend. I'll send money to the guys at the retreat. They're going to get the work done on the rig. When you're talking about $1,200 to $2,500 4x4 vehicles, they're available here in Oregon. I'm guessing you can get some of that stuff back east, but your licensing fees on that may work differently. So, that kind of factors into the cost. What I've done is I've actually created a loaner vehicle situation for the retreat. We got two loaner vehicles. Now, one of them is just for on property, so I actually keep the license plates for it here, just as an incentive to make sure nobody goes off property with it or starts playing the sovereign citizen, I can drive without plates thing. But I keep the plates, and I call the insurance company if I'm going to get it off property. And that's probably something you'll want to think about doing, getting an econo car for work and commuting, and then shifting a bug-out plan to a coordinated extraction plan with the survival group. Now, coordinated extraction plan means that some of these people, especially the East Coast people, you got people who are going to live in Brooklyn, people are going to live in New York City with no vehicles, but they can get to an extraction point, and a survival group, which has its positioning for the north, we've got A, B, C extraction points. That's all you need to get to, is get to the extraction point, bug in at the extraction point until the people extract you, and coordinating that with a group. And then you can have more specialized, a little bit more Mad Max stuff on the vehicles to run that sort of a model on these things, and still take full advantage of an economy that's still functioning. So that would be my advice, is retire that vehicle to the survival retreat for a while, get a commuter, go with an extraction plan, and coordinate with your people to build up a better workshop at the survival retreat so that you can do the type of work you really want to do on a thing. And a lot of this is practicing and coordinating this with the other people, seeing if these are people you can trust with your stuff, seeing if they can trust you with their stuff, and you coordinate that. Because if you start pitching in for the workshop, you're going to end up with a workshop that's capable of producing far better stuff. And also think about whether it's worth it for everybody to pitch in and get extra vehicles. Vehicles in modern society can be really cheap when you're talking about throwaway type stuff. You're talking about like the truck that somebody gave Troy. People have offered me extra vehicles as soon as I get a place together for coordinating with people. One of the issues that we've had is, I'm in Portland, Oregon. The other places are further out east, where it's like a full day's drive to get there. So there's challenges with that. But one of the things I figured out here in Portland was it's too expensive to have that workshop space without coordinating with multiple people, and it's a real challenge, but it's what needs to happen.